Welcome to the Highlands of Scotland, specifically the Cairngorms National Park. This is the UK's largest national park, which was established in 2003. It's home to a variety of wildlife and it offers a stunning array of lochs, rivers, hills, mountains, valleys, woodlands, and wetlands. It's gorgeous year-round, but I'm partial to it during the late autumn through to the early spring, just to avoid the heavy tourist season. There are plenty of scenic walks and hikes, or you can drive up to the top of Cairngorm itself for an accessible tour of the park. I was here most recently in February of this year, and the snowy views from the top were absolutely stunning. For me, Scotland tends to have some pretty mild winters. I'm used to lots of snow and snowstorms in the winter, so I find that the Cairngorms is the best place in Scotland for me to scratch my snow itch, as it were. We got a dusting of snow while we were at the top, and it was so good for my soul. I then spent a bit of time at the shores of Loch Morlich, where I was fortunate enough to befriend some very lovely and very chatty little ducks. I've included the audio in these clips of the ducks so you can hear their chatty little murmurings, but you'll also hear a sweet little toddler who was frustrated that his parents wouldn't let him give the ducks a hug. Me too, little fella, me too. Okay, all jokes aside though, remember to be respectful of the animals, and that includes not feeding them. Growing up, we used to take our stale bread to the pond and feed the ducks, but studies have shown that feeding birds bread can cause a myriad of problems for them and their habitat. It can lead to malnutrition, increase the spread of diseases in both humans and animals in the area, and cause polluted water, among lots of other unwanted side effects. While that might be a fond memory from childhood, this is a friendly reminder that now that we know better, we should do better. Before heading back home, I sat on a bench at the Glenmore Forest Park Visitor Centre with the bird feeders to see if I could spot any birds that are fortunate enough to call the Cairngorms their home. I spotted some very clever mallards who staked their claim at the base of the bird feeders to catch all of the falling seeds, but I also managed to see some Eurasian blue tits and some chaffinches. I think this poem, entitled Ducks by F.W. Harvey, was a lovely way to end a day full of feathers, flight, fowl, and poultry. From troubles of the world, I turn to ducks. Beautiful, comical things, sleeping or curled, their heads beneath white wings, by water cool, or finding curious things to eat in various mucks beneath the pool. Tails uppermost or waddling, sailor-like on the shores of ponds or paddling, left to right with fan-like feet, which are for steady oars. When they, white galleys, float, each bird a boat, rippling at will the sweet wide waterway. When night is fallen, you creep upstairs, but drakes and dillies nest with pale water stars, moonbeams and shadow bars, and water lilies, fearful too much to sleep since they've no locks to click against the teeth of weasel and fox. And warm beneath are eggs of cloudy green, whence hungry rats and lean would stealthily suck new life, but for the mean, behold ferocious mien of the mother duck. Yes, ducks are valiant things on nests of twigs and straws, and ducks are soothy things and lovely on the lake when that the sunlight draws. Thereon their pictures dim in colors cool. And when beneath the pool they dabble, and when they swim and make their rippling rings, oh, ducks are beautiful things. But ducks are comical things, as comical as you. Quack, they waddle round, they do. They eat all sorts of things, and then they quack, by barn and stable and stack. They wander at their will, but if you go too near, they look at you through black, small, topaz-tinted eyes, and wish you ill. Triangular and clear, they leave their curious track in mud at the water's edge, and there, amid the sedge and slime, they gobble and peer, saying quack, quack. When God had finished the stars and whirl of colored suns, he turned his mind from big things to fashion little ones. Beautiful tiny things like daisies he made, and then he made the comical ones in case the minds of men should stiffen and become dull, humorless and glum, and so forgetful of their maker be as to take even themselves quite seriously. Caterpillars and cats are lively and excellent puns. All God's jokes are good, even the practical ones. And as for the duck, I think God must have smiled a bit, seeing those bright eyes blink on the day he fashioned it. And he's probably laughing still at the sound that came out its bill. Thank you for joining me on today's Meander. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope that it inspired you to go outside and maybe look at the more comical bits of nature that we tend to overlook. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you the next time we meander the gorgeous globe together. Bye-bye.